When we've got a good thing going, we keep it going. So once again, we are talking about the Lord's Prayer. We've done a lot of the background knowledge, the talk about the prayer closet, the talk about the heart of our prayer. Now we're going to break down what the Lord's Prayer says. Now, it was not Jesus's intention that every time you pray, you recite this from memory, remote, just automatically without thinking about it. That was not his intention. His intention was to give us a skeleton, basically a framework for our prayer. It's important that we have times where we have each of these elements. Now, are they going to be in every single prayer? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, I've had times where, I just simply prayed, Lord, help me. Because it was just a quick, fast popcorn prayer is what I call it, when it's just a one-sentence prayer. Now you're going to notice this prayer is not very long. Remember, Jesus said that the value is not in the length of the prayer. The value is in the way you're praying and your heart attitude when you are praying. So he starts off with Our Father in heaven. Okay, first of all, he is declaring God's position. He is saying, you're the one that's our Father. You're the one that's in heaven. You're the King of Kings. You're the Lord of Lords. And then he says, hallowed be your name. Hallowed means holy. He is proclaiming the fact that God is holy and his name is holy. It's declaring that God's name has power. So that's a part of worship and recognizing God's holiness. Your kingdom come. Whose kingdom? God's kingdom. He's saying, let your kingdom come, let your kingdom reign, let you be the one on the throne. Your will be done. He's saying, you're the King of Kings, you're the Lord of Lords, things need to go your way. On earth as it is in heaven. Things do go God's way all the time. God is in control. He's the majesty, he's the king of the universe. But we have to recognize that there are times on earth where human beings are not fulfilling God's will. In heaven, the people up in heaven and the angels and all that, they are all doing God's will. So he's saying, on earth, we want to do it the way they're doing it in heaven, and by doing God's will. Give us this day our daily bread. Now, this one's very interesting because on the surface, it's saying, give me food to eat. Give me that provision. Provide for my basic needs. But part of those basic needs is having Jesus in your life. Remember in John 6, I want to say 35. I'm not sure if I'm right. But in John 6, he says, I am the bread of life. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us that time with Jesus. Give us that food as provision. And forgive us our debts. Now, that doesn't just mean a financial debt. That means when I've wronged somebody, forgive me of the fact that I've wronged them and I have to make amends for it and do something to fix it. As we have also forgiven our debtors. Now, when somebody owes us money, somebody has hurt us, we're to forgive them. That can be very, very hard. But we have to remember that Jesus proclaimed that he prayed on the cross that that the people would be forgiven who were putting him through that unimaginable torture. And then it says, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Who delivers us from evil? It's God that delivers us from evil. And we can be taken out of a situation that is tempting when we are fulfilling God's will. And then Jesus says, for if you forgive others their trespassers, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive others their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. It's important that we keep that forgiveness at the forefront of our mind. So what is this skeleton? What are the things that we want to have? We want to have adoring who God is, proclaiming the fact that he's holy, recognizing that it's all about his kingdom and his will, recognizing that all of our needs are met because God provides for those needs, and then recognize the importance of forgiving others and ourselves being forgiven. That is a blueprint for prayer. That is a blueprint of how we should pray, and we can put it in our own words and tailor it to our individual situations in that moment. Have a wonderful day. God bless, and keep walking the walk.